are gonna go find some coffee or something for Chandler. Since I don't drink alcohol. I haven't felt good in a bathing suit in a long time, so I'm so happy that I finally found a way to feel like I'm serving beach, but also I feel good and I feel like I look good. It's all about how I feel.
This is why I'm hot, hoes praying that I flop. I'ma keep it simple, you just don't got what I got.
Taking the golf cart, taking the golf cart. I'll talk about books later. It blows my mind that there's just alligators in these swamps.
Can I just go on this?
Yeah. We're turning around, mates. We spotted the alligator tail. Be so careful, please. I know it looks like debris, but it's not. That's the snout. That's freaky. Can we go? I'm a little bit, well, maybe not. Oh, I love you so much. Please don't die, but if I love you, you know. Oh my gosh. Sprint back over here, yeah. Maybe on this side. And I like, this reminds me of Where the Crawdads Sing. We found my coffee, but after all of that driving around, we just got out and walked to the coffee shop that's like a block away. Hi, today we're on the beach. I felt too scared to bring my Kindle out here, so we're reading Fourth Wing. So excited about this one. Apparently this one will change my life, so we'll see. Hot girls read. I will say immediately off the bat, check out this map, and I like how you don't have to flip to the map, but it's like part of the cover. Okay, we're looking at 500 pages here. I'm gonna get this done. Not necessarily today, but I will get it done this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Ah! You see that? Yeah, what was that? Was a huge bee.
A dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without their dragon is dead. Chapter 1. Let's go.
My name is Chandler and I still very much struggle with eyebrows and putting eyebrows on. So I call that shit a fluffy brow because it's easier to do than to admit that I don't know how to do my eyebrows. So. Precise.
That's a bonnethead.
Oh. That's awesome! And boys, just out here beaching in Charleston. You saw us go crabbing, and then we went fishing. Now we're having a low country boil, but while we're waiting for that, we're just walking on a beach, walking on a shoreline, discovering anemones. all around. It's gorgeous. Phil's really used to me just having my little tripod and camera and talking to it, so it's like no factor for him. But for everyone else, even people that aren't in our family, it seems like people don't care as much. Like the initial shock of it is interesting, I think, and a unique thought, but people just like forget and they just don't care. I'm not sure if that's because we're at a vacation spot, I guess, so that people are like, oh, it's for vacation or whatever. But regardless, I think I'm gonna have more confidence when we get back home just to take my camera and my tripod elsewhere and just talk to it. I feel like a lot of us are really scared to do it, and it's just, people forget. They're lost in their own world, you know, and this one, doing this makes my world brighter, so maybe it'll make yours brighter too. Have the confidence, you'll realize people don't care as much. I like going to non-civilized places that kind of look like ruins, because then I feel like I can picture certain battle places in the fantasy books that I read, you know what I'm saying? It adds to the fantasy within my head, and it gives me something to think back on, to reminisce on when I'm reading certain books that seem to go with the same theme, you know what I mean? Okay. We're going like down, up, you know what I mean? Yeah, that was. Woo! Gosh. I can talk you into anything, let it be these little aloe dresses. They're so cute, and I do have pockets, and I wear these to walk dogs. I wear these to go to the gym, but also I'm wearing it on the beach, and I wear my shirt, and I can wear a sweater over it, and it looks like a little mini skirt, and it fits just so right. So cute! She's still only 13 weeks today. Okay, I just realized that I'm not doing a great job of updating you with just like talking to you face to face, but I'm ready to do that, okay? So we'll start now. Thanks for being here. We just got off of our boat ride. I'm super burnt. It's currently Monday at 1:21 p.m. These are my MJ and Simon pillows. They've been to multiple states. They've been to Colorado. They've been to South Carolina now 3 times. They've been to Mexico, Branson, Missouri. Woo! What am I reading in this vacation? What am I reading? Okay, here's my Kindle. I came with red, white, and royal blue about 89% done, and that's after getting off of the plane. And yesterday I didn't read from my Kindle at all. Today I've read like 10 pages, so I'm like 91% done. I'm going to finish this today. I'm going to finish this book, whether it's tonight before I go to sleep or today. I'm going to finish red, white, and royal blue today, because I do have other books specifically for this trip saved on my Kindle, and we're already 2 days in. Like, I need to get the ball rolling with my Kindle. I'm too scared to take my Kindle to the beach just because Sandy girl and stuff, but I do have my 4th wing. So I'm on chapter 3, I think. I'm on chapter 3 right now, so I just started this. Very exciting, very exciting. And you know what? I know that reading 4th wing, I need to savor the experience, so I'm doing just that. That's why we started on the beach in my favorite place ever, Charleston. So I just broke a nail, and I just got them done on Friday, and it's Monday, but I have a cute outfit on. I just finished red, white, and royal blue. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I have, just because of the politics, honestly, in it. President's son, royal family's son, about the two like most political families ever. I really enjoyed it. I felt really mature reading it, having to keep up with the whole political aspect of the book. The writing is done very nice, I think. I had fun. I am so excited to watch the movie. Oh my gosh. I think that it comes out next week. The love aspect of it was very cute. Very, very, very cute. I fell in love with Henry. Henry's my love. So coming to Charleston, I've known for weeks that I wanted to do some type of theme when I'm reading here, and it didn't necessarily play out the way I wanted it to, because all the books that I found weren't at Barnes & Noble or like local bookshops, and by the time that they would have arrived to me, I wouldn't have been home. I would have been on vacation. I could have ordered them earlier, but I just could not make up my mind. So something that was on Kindle Unlimited, The Match. I'm not completely sure what it's about. I just know that it literally says a Charleston romance. So it's set in Charleston and there's a dog on the cover. Does it get much better than a dog on the cover? No, it does not. I just answered my own question. And it's only like a 200-page book, so I'm gonna start that later.
3 hours later.
Get over here. Get over here. Why are you so far away? Come closer. I don't want to scream. There's children sleeping here. Hi. I feel like I look like a giant nerd right now. I don't care. Bitches. Okay, gorgeous. Hello. 9:12 on the clock. And boy, has it been a day. Get over here. Get closer. I don't want to scream. It's embarrassing when you're in a house full of people and you're gonna make me scream. I'm not gonna scream, but I do want to update you because I care. I really just want to read tonight, refresh, recharge, because I haven't taken a nap. This bitch doesn't take naps, especially on vacation. I get the most out of it, so as soon as it turns dark, I would prefer to be in bed, but I've been staying up late. We're gonna start The Match. I told you about that one. Here's the intro page. Let me read it to you, because I told you it's not like I have this in physical copy. I just saw this book on Goodreads. Oh my gosh, I'm slipping off this pillow. I'm slipping off the pillow. I need something on my back. Okay. Simon. This is my cat, Simon. I told you about them too. I know. I just like sometimes I repeat myself, okay? Like, you're gonna get that a lot, okay? Do with it, please. Let me read to you the cover page. It says, this book is for all the four-legged superheroes of the world, saving lives, giving love and independence to those who need it. Listen, I knew that dogs obviously were a factor in this. There's a dog on the cover, but I kind of just assumed it was like Maggie Moves On factor. You know that book by Lucy Score? Like the dog is on the cover. Adorable. Love that book. The dog is on the cover, but it's not like a Marley and Me situation. The dog has a personality, makes you love him even more, but it's not, they're kind of like a side character, you know? Not a background character. Dogs can never be background characters, but they're side characters. It's not like the book's centered around the dog. The dog just adds to it. It's just like, makes you love him even more, makes you relate even more. You know, it's just like you get excited to read about the dog. So, I'm hoping that that's how this situation is. But since the dedication page is to a dog, I'm a little nervous that I'm going to be in my feels. We're going to see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen. So, starting this tonight, I'm excited because Red, White, and Royal Blue wasn't hard to read by any means, but it just like took more brain power. I felt like it took me longer to read. This one, I'm hoping takes me like no brain cells to get through, you know? I feel like I could be hit in the head and still probably, or have like pounding headache and still enjoy this book. You know how there's some books like that? So it's only 200 pages. We're gonna get it done while we're in Charleston. I know it, but we have to start tonight. Tonight I could probably get a good chunk out if I read for an hour. So let's try to get over 50 pages. Let's go. Bitch. page 2. He's her seizure assist dog. I was diagnosed with epilepsy when I was 16 years old. It stole my adolescence. Adolescence? Girly. I feel so bad for her. I was diagnosed with epilepsy when I was 5. I'd grown out of it by the time that I was 10. It took me 5 years. My sister also was diagnosed with epilepsy. She was diagnosed at like 7 or 8, so she had it until she was like 14, I think. But she had it a little bit longer, and she got diagnosed later on in life. When you're diagnosed with epilepsy, obviously you can't drive. That's a big deal in my town because it wasn't a city or anything. It was a small town. Things were spread apart. So that was always our goal, is that I would outgrow it so that I could drive. And I did, thankfully. But, man, I might relate to this book more than I even know. So, keep in mind we're on page 2. How do we feel about people that call their parents mama and daddy? Is that a southern thing?
Come on, Daddy.
I'm not trying to judge here. Like, come as you are. I'm not trying to judge. I'm just saying, like, how do you feel about it? Fine? Is it okay? And even in your late 20s? Mama doesn't seem as bad. Capitalism's ruined the word daddy. It just doesn't sound endearing anymore. And in fact, it sounds gross. And I know that it shouldn't sound that way. Okay, this is actually so funny because she's talking about how she works for like a service dog company, and how they have like no money, they make no money. She just loves what she does. She has a small apartment and she's lucky that she can afford like very cheap, very bad, very artificial food. And then the next line is, my family comes from what's known as old Southern money. There it is. There it is. There it is. I knew it was somewhere. Prestigious country clubs that only accept members with names who have been on the list since it was founded. There it is. There it is. There it is. They all have something like that that makes them quirky. They have no money, but they come from one of the wealthiest families in America. They just happen to, but they don't want their money. They want to make their own money, even if that means that they're starving and they're not getting the proper nutrients in their diet that they should be getting. That's some serious stuff right there. My daddy is an attorney and partner at Jones and Murray Law. Murray Law, the oldest and most elite law firm in all of South Carolina. Come on. Oh, we're on chapter 2, and this is a 2 point of viewer. I love those books. Those books tend to go way faster for me too. It's chapter 4. We've only gotten to page 25, but I've already fallen asleep twice. It's 9:53. The Lionsgate portal tomorrow. Luckiest day of the year. So, we have a good day planned tomorrow. Hey bitch, here's your fit check. I'm in my J. Crew era, J. Crew earrings and shirt, and okay, so exciting news. I got my nail done, and if you didn't know, the ring finger that, you know, you put your wedding ring on, you know, the lore behind why you put your wedding finger on, because it has an artery. Is it a vein? Or is it? It's a vein that connects to the artery of your heart. Is that right? Regardless, there's something in here that travels all the way up. It connects to your heart. So, I don't know, I got pink. I wanted to do a different color because that's just like us in life, you know what I mean? I don't want everything to always assume perfect. It's a conversation starter. Conversation for who? I don't know. But yeah, you started a conversation with me about my nail. I'll have something to tell you. We're going into Charleston today in 40 minutes. Everyone needs to be ready by 40 minutes, and I'm the only one ready right now. The boys are at the golf course, so I think Will's about to give me the go ahead in like 5 minutes to go pick them up with the golf cart. So before I did that, I just wanted to kind of update you. I'm still on chapter 3, chapter 4. I think chapter 4. I think I read chapter 4 of the book I'm reading about Charleston. The match is the one that we're reading. The match is what we're reading. Will just texted me. Calm down. Okay, well. Love you. See you soon. I just simply cannot tell if you can see me or not. It's too bright, and I know that this gets foggy. Oh my gosh. I could just go get my sunglasses, and that would fix the problem. Okay, let's do a fit check really quick. Here's the fit check. I love these clogs. Can't mark my words, in like 5 years I'll have collected every single one. Even though they come out with new ones every year, I'll still collect all of them. And we got Lab, my little witch pendant. I wanted to update you because there wasn't a lot of updating going on yesterday because we went into Charleston, which was so much fun. We went shopping. So much fun. We're going to Sullivan's Island today. I've got no idea what to expect. So if you're watching this and you've been there before, you know what to expect, but I don't know what to expect. So let me update you with where I'm at. So I'm still reading The Match. Am I liking it? Easy. It's an easy book. I should finish it probably today. There was 11 of us and 6 of us left. There's only 5 of us here. So sad. But because of that, it's less chaotic things going on. So we're gonna go to Sullivan's Island and then end the afternoon at the beach. So I'll probably finish this today. I am on chapter 16. So I have read like 100 pages since I updated you last. And it's cute. I like the premise of it. I feel very connected to this character in ways that aren't emotional or personality wise, but ways of just working with dogs. So it's hard for me not to like her when I understand what this character has gone through, is currently going through. It's such a short book that they're jumping right into the plot without me feeling attached to the characters. Oh my gosh, can you hear me? The trope that I don't like, that I immediately pull myself out of if it comes on, is like a child fully functioning as an adult, like being cognitive like an adult. Like, there's a kid in this and she's 10. I don't like it when kids are characters that are like, oh, did you see the way that I see the way that you guys are looking at each other? Like, it's supposed to be subtle amongst them, but it's so loud that a 10-year-old is catching on. Be fucking for real. When they use kids to further the romantic development, it's like, no. Especially being around kids all week, I'm like, that's just not, nope, it's not their concern or priority. And if a 10-year-old is emotionally mature enough to know that her dad is sad, and then when her dad is around this other girl, whomst they just met, but it lights him up. Like, if a 10-year-old is emotionally mature enough to know that, then you gotta let her live her life as a child. You know what I mean? Like, so that type of trope kind of pulls me out. But off to Sullivan's Island. One thing about vacation is that it gives me permission to take the tags off of clothes that I've just been hoarding for vacation, even if I'm not even on vacation for like longer than a week. So there's way too many things that I have been saving for vacation that I don't even end up wearing, but it still gives me permission to take the tags off because it feels like special enough of an event. Does that make sense? I got this at the J. Crew sale this summer. Yeah, this is what we're wearing to dinner tonight just because it's taking it easy. I do still like this style of outfit, regardless if it's like very casual, you know? Like, it's just so cute. I love all my pearly earrings. I love wearing them on vacation, but you know what? I've just been having so much fun with them this week that I think I'm gonna just start wearing them in my everyday life. We were just out on the beach and I was relaxed. I don't relax. It's crazy that I was relaxed. I almost, if I wasn't there, I don't know if I would believe it. You know what I mean? I think the only place that I can relax is on the beach because we're surrounded by sand and water that I can't bring. I could, but I choose not to bring my Kindle or my phone, or I brought my camera once, but not again. I choose not to bring my electronics out there. I can bring a book out. I can be in the waves, look around, take a walk, do some shell. I like hyper focus on shells while I'm out there. A lot of times I don't feel refreshed going home. And the truth is I probably won't feel like refreshed when I get home because there will always be something to clean. There will always be something to do, something to film, something to edit. But here, I can just calm the fuck down for a second and be where I am. And that I'm realizing is so precious and rare for me that I enjoy it. Okay, well, our flight got canceled. Not great, but we're gonna do what we do best and stick it out, okay? So we're still going to the airport at like 3. We just didn't go so early this morning. Last night I did finish The Match, so I want to talk about that and then talk about what book I'm gonna start for the airplane ride. I downloaded 2, so I finished The Match last night. Insert picture here. Look to see what I highlighted. I'm gonna tell you right this second, I ended up rating this a 2.9. I felt like I should be able to connect with her on a certain level. She's an epileptic dog trainer. I grew up with epilepsy. I no longer have it, thankfully, but I grew up with epilepsy and I work with dogs. So you would think, like, we would kind of be in sync. I felt like this was very surface level. It was really hard for me to attach myself to these characters. I also read it in Charleston, expecting to have even just like a slight bit more of Charleston. It's a Charleston series. I feel like give us a little bit more about Charleston. The only thing that really was Charleston was that her parents, she comes from old money. I guess I was just picturing like a giant Charleston house. But besides that, there was not a whole lot that had to do with Charleston. Could have been anywhere. That's what I was trying to say. I loved how Evie, our main character, did have a service dog. The story being centered around service dogs and people that need service dogs and somewhat of their experience having service dogs, like just out. I did find that very cool. I read another trope like that. Actually in chapter 1, it's like page 3, and it's talking about her service dog named Charlie and just how Charlie coming into her life really made her excited to live her life again. She wasn't in fight or flight anymore. Having a service dog, a companion there all the time, allowed her to think broader. Gaining your independence, very cool. It's pretty predictable. I don't know, I feel like the characters usually have to overcome something, but couldn't the epilepsy be enough? Like, that's a lot, you know? Give me a reason to want to read this book. The love story wasn't necessarily making me want to stay. If this was any longer of a book, I probably would not have. One of her main ways of rebelling is by not cleaning her room and being so messy. Not making her bed, and like as soon as she walks in her door, like throwing her clothes off so her clothes are just everywhere. And the other main character, he's a 33-year-old guy with a 10-year-old daughter. He's an architect, so like he makes beautiful houses. And he thought it was adorable. He loved that she was so messy, that her shit was everywhere. For an architect, again, be fucking for real. That just, no. So that was like very hard for me to believe. It was, these are beyond cringe moments. They're like, you're pulling me back out of this fantasy world because I just don't believe in this. Probably would not recommend it. but it was an easy read. All right, now that we're done talking about that, there's just not much more else to say. Now that we're done talking about that, let's talk about what I could start. The Modern Girl's Guide to Magic. The Modern Girl's Guide to Magic. It's 316 pages. You know, it has something to do with witches. The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I think that's how you pronounce it. There's been such mixed reviews on this one. It's 486 pages. I think that we're gonna stay with The Modern Girl's Guide to Magic for the ride home. You know, there's more of a chance that I could finish this today. I'm gonna start this bookie book. I'll catch up with ya when I catch up with ya. Good morning! Happy Friday! I don't know if you can tell, I'm home! I did notice that on my little side table we have red, white, and royal blue. I finished this on vacation on my Kindle because it is on Kindle Unlimited. We love that. I love Kindle Unlimited. I am in this phase, in this era of giving you a higher score if you're on Kindle Unlimited. I do think that we're in the era of taking more popular books and making movies out of them. Like, thank you, Reese. I rated Red, White, and Royal Blue of 4 stars. I liked the relationship aspect of it. I really enjoyed their relationship. Not care for just like the political aspect of it. But to each his own, you know, I just don't care to read another book about politics anytime soon. But I'm glad that I read that. I'm extremely excited to watch the movie. Chapters are long as fuck. I'm talking like 30 to 45 minute chapters, so prepare yourself for that. To wrap this book up, because this was still vacation, I devoured this book yesterday on my traveling experience. I started it in the morning, I finished it before we touched down. I want to keep it as real as possible. Cozy fantasies, I love a cozy fantasy. It's very fluffy. This one was truly one of my favorites that I've ever read. That's a bold statement, Cotton. The Modern Girl's Guide to Magic. I believe that this book came out in June, so it was just waiting for me. This was so fast-paced, exactly what it claims to be, cozy. It's about witches, so it's witch fic. Kind of enemies to lovers. Only one of them thinks that they're enemies. There's major character development, which I love to see, but it's written in a way that's not too in-your-face character development, but you noticed it. I noticed it. I was like, yes. This book has flowed so well. We're just like moving along. We're not dwelling on things. The miscommunication trope, no. No, sir. Maybe a little smidge, but that's to be expected. We are listening. We're going within, digging up some shadows, course correcting. We're learning from our mistakes, and we're growing as a person. And we love that. Okay, it was great to read that. So we have our main character, Arya. She's a witch, born and raised, but her powers just have never really clicked with her. You know, as soon as she can, she up and leaves her hometown. The keeper of the magical enchanted garden of her hometown, which everyone uses like the ingredients. It's like the most incredible garden in the United States, you know, but it's secret. Decides that they are going to retire, so her grandma shows up and she's like, listen, you got to compete to have this garden. And so it's like all of these witches that are of age ready to take over this garden are going to compete, and she is one of them. She's like, listen, I've never been able to harness my power. It's still not. And her grandma's like, we're going to figure it out. So that's what it is. So it's a competition. So she's just stuck on, I'm strange, I'm different, I can't harness my power, there's something wrong with me, and all this stuff. And I just love how her family's so encouraging, and they're like, listen, yeah, sure, you're strange. Yeah, absolutely. But guess what? That's also your superpower. And I love that. I love that. If you've ever felt like just different and everyone else around you has harnessed it, and so what's the point of harnessing it for yourself, you know, and all this stuff? Read this book and realize that it could come from the most unlikely of places. And that's just, it was empowering, but like so calming, such a fast read. Nervous system was not in knots or anything. Actually, I get a little nervous to fly on planes sometimes. And this book just kept me feeling like a little warm, magical hug. Like my aura was probably radiating so bright just reading about this gorgeous and simple and wholesome town and their magic system, small town feel. Ah, it was adorable, and it's on Kindle Unlimited. Amazing. And the chapters go by quick. It's a little over 300 pages. It's a really good length. The spice level is very slim. Not just one instance in this book where you're like, oh, we're at a B&B and there's only one bed available. What are we gonna do? There's two. There's two of those. There's two of them. There's two of them. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. And I still loved how the spice was very limited. The relationship wasn't built on that, you know, and I could just, this was a gorgeous book. I highly recommend this book, okay? I highly recommend it. This is my favorite book of the whole trip, and it was on my flight home. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. I hope you enjoyed the vacation with me, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you soon. We're starting to do fall. I'm so excited. So thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. I will see you later.